Absolutely Not is normalizing the standard, period. If you bring the whole table, then you can sit with us. We're bringing all the uncomfy combos and creating an unapologetic space to drive the culture forward respectfully. Because it seems like everyone wants to keep their opinions in the comment section. Absolutely not. What is up, world? It's your girl, Alora, and we are back with your favorite podcast, Absolutely Not, hosted by yours truly, a girl with unpopular opinions. Be sure to tune in every week for new episodes featuring some of your favorite topics. Today on the show, we have Amanda Taymour, fashion stylist and personal shopper, who's had experience working with Vogue, Tyler LaPlay, Cash Page, and K104's own Poison Ivy.
Period.
I was a little nervous. You got a lot of accomplishments.
I do. I've lived this long life. It's been a good life. So yeah.
I love to hear that. So, what is it like being so young and accomplished?
I guess I am young, huh? I'm still young.
Very young.
I don't feel like I've accomplished everything that I wanted to. I feel like if I ever felt just like accomplished, I wouldn't want to keep doing this. Yeah. I feel like there's always something to do. Mm-hmm. There's always a new goal to get. There's always a new level to hit. So I don't think I'm accomplished just yet. Even though people tell me like, "Oh, you've done so much. You work with like everyone," and I'm just like, I don't know what I'm searching for. But I don't feel like I made it just yet.
You know what? That's spoken like a true overachiever. And I can relate, but like, girl, what's better than being published in Vogue?
The cover.
Damn. You ate with that one. Okay.
Okay. It's like, and then it's like, oh, okay, you got, then my silly self would be like, okay, I got the cover of Australian Vogue. It's like, but I need American Vogue. Yeah. It's like, it's always like a new, it's always a different level. So yeah.
I love that you say that because it makes me feel better about myself because I'm the same way. But if you think about it, the way life is set up, we spend all this time like striving to get to the destination or striving to get to our goal. And then once you get there, like,
now what?
Yeah, what's next? You either got to find a new goal or at that point, life is just over.
I feel like that with marriage. It's like, okay, when I get married, it's like, okay, now what?
Yeah.
Let me take my time to get there. Even if like that day comes, I get engaged. It's like, let's just take our time. Yeah. Like, yeah. Everything it just can't be that. And that's it. Like, no, what else are we doing? So yeah.
I definitely feel that. I hate people that like grow up or like start dating and then they move in together and then they never get married and then it's like, gosh. Damn, that was it. Like,
right. This
is all that we're gonna do. Like,
so we're getting pizza every Friday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
cute.
We can't see other people.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel that. I just need to get it out of my system.
Yeah. I'm taking my time too.
Yeah.
So, in the styling world, who would you say is your biggest influence?
I would say Jerry Lorenzo, Micah Miri. Those are like my two like favorite designers. Even though some people are like they're mid, I honestly feel like just their stories, their backgrounds, where they come from, their passion for designing, they're still like so hands-on with their brands. Mm-hmm. Their mindset, it's very like inspiring. So Jerry Lorenzo, obviously, it's like from Fear of God, and he, you can literally see his designs are very godly, very spiritual, very angel-like. Mm-hmm. And it's like it always like inspired me. I'm like, I want to work with. I think if I work when I work with Jerry Lorenzo, I will feel accomplished. Like, yeah, work with Jerry Lorenzo, whatever,
You're not gonna feel accomplished until you're working with like, somebody in Europe.
Maybe I gotta find somebody who inspires me though. Like Micah Miri, he literally like started off like us. Like he worked a 9-to-5. He was a creator. When he would get off of work and then he quit his job and then he was a freelancer and that's how he was paying his bills. And then one day he just was like, I'm going to start this line. And it wasn't just like a straight like path. Like he went through so many ups and downs to get where
Yeah.
he went. And it's like a lot of people just act like, oh, I just did this and then one day now I'm like
Yes.
here. It's like he literally tells you like it was hard, you know? And sometimes we had money, sometimes we didn't. And I'm like, that's
Yeah.
real, you know? So he really inspired me. I'm not like the biggest fan of his pieces. I love his pieces, but his story is more so why I
What
feel like,
attracts you?
yeah, more attracts me.
I feel like I'm a sucker for a good story too.
Yeah.
Especially like with my life, sometimes I get frustrated if things aren't going as planned, or if I feel like I'm veering off the path, or if like I haven't had that straight journey to success. But you got to think about it, like everybody's here for the plot. Okay? Like
Yes, you
a
need to have a
good
good story.
story, it it has to give.
It
Like a
does.
straight success story is kind of boring.
It
Like no one's
is.
going to read that.
Yeah, and I feel like it's not very like it's great to see people who just are like so naturally talented and then they like wake up and decide to become a dancer and they went to one audition and now they're Beyonce's backup dancer. That's great. But I want to hear the story where he like literally got cut from the team and then he broke his femur and then
No,
he
for
had to
real.
like yes, and he like kept
He
getting
had to
cut. Yeah,
rehabilitate
he had to
himself.
rehabilitate and then he auditioned for Beyonce 3 times before he got on there. You know, like I want to hear that. Like
Yeah.
tell me that. Yeah.
I think that's what a lot of stories are missing now, especially in the digital media age. So many people are having like overnight success, which we'll get into that later in the show. Sometimes it's encouraging, but
Yeah.
also sometimes it's very discouraging.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes we need to just like disconnect.
Yeah. I feel like that sometimes. I feel like I have to disconnect, but then it's also like I've been reading this book called The Knowledge of Power or something like that. I don't remember. But it's kind of like just feeling emotions. Like, so whenever you're feeling like a little up, like if you're feeling, sometimes, you know, even me, I feel jealous. I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like, you know, why are they doing, you know, that envy towards people. And it's like, instead of running from those feelings, understanding why you're feeling that and chase after that. It sounds weird. So it's like the more I want to get off, it's like, okay, why do you want to flee from this?
Yeah.
What are you trying to run from? Are you trying to run from? Are you supposed to be doing something? Are you feeling like envious because they got there? It's like, don't focus on them. Like, be inspired by that.
Yeah.
You know, that's instead of being like, it's great to detox. I'm not saying that we should all detox, but sometimes it's good to see our peers living out their dreams because it should motivate us more to want to go after our dreams, I think. So it's like somebody's over here watching you do a podcast. Like this girl is doing her podcast. Like I've been wanting to start a podcast. I'm so jealous. But instead it's like maybe reach out to her and ask her like about her podcast and how she got, because I know it wasn't easy for you either to start this.
And you know, why doesn't that ever cross our minds to like connect with these people and see how they did it? I feel like we just watch them on social media through their various posts. And like obviously they're not posting about how much it took to get here. Like they're just posting
like I'm living in my mom's house on a blow up couch. It's
literally like we don't see that at all. We
that.
see you at the Ritz-Carlton. We see you eating at expensive dinners that probably aren't even paid for by you.
Yeah.
I actually just got off of a call with one of my friends who's an influencer in the YouTube world, and she has like a nice car. And I was asking her because she knows I work a 9 to 5, and I was just like, does YouTube pay well? And she was like, girl, she was like, let me tell you something about being an influencer. And I'm like, what? She was like, everything is like a brand deal. The car I'm driving, the clothes that I wear, the shoes that I wear, the places that I go out and eat. Like we're all striving to like pay for the things that these people are being gifted. It's like
that makes a lot of
smoke
sense.
and mirrors. Like
it makes a lot of sense.
The designer bags, the earrings, like all the stuff. And I mean, we should know this,
but it doesn't really cross our mind because it's like, I guess our minds aren't thinking like we could get a free car just for being an influencer.
Yeah.
That probably never crosses a lot of people's mind. Like
people think that these people are going out and buying these things. Like, no, she was gifted that YSL bag.
Yeah.
She did not buy that Chanel.
Yeah.
And so she was saying like everything that I have is gifted. I mean, I still don't know like how much money that she makes, but I know that pretty much everything that she owns has been given to her.
That's
So
crazy.
she never had to like come out of pocket for it. So I mean, like being an influencer has its perks, but I would kill for a Chanel bag.
It's a little car. My friend he's an influencer and he just got was it a Benz or a Lexus? I think it was a Lexus.
Lexus is doing influencer
Yes, this
deals
car
now. He's bad.
bad, baby. That car was bad. I was like, look.
Could you slide them my app?
Right, just
Like,
a little.
give them my Instagram handle or
Okay.
something, please.
It's work, you know? Yeah.
Let's collaborate. Girl, if I hit up Lexus right now, they'd be like, sorry, we don't have any more partnerships available.
You never know. You got a good following though.
I feel like it could be better, but
See, and I'm striving to get at least 10,000.
girl, I feel like you have good content though.
Not that good if I don't have 10,000.
I think people are weird. And
I'll get there. But
yeah.
see, you're like at almost 30,000.
That's on TikTok. TikTok is different.
Aren't 20,000 on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really good.
But
I think 10,000 and up is good for anyone, personally.
I agree.
Yeah.
But I was growing my Instagram in an era where like I was doing music and I got those followers from like, okay, so when I was doing music, this is also something that I want to discuss, fashion differences between men and women.
Yeah.
Because I've always been like a pretty wholesome girl. Like
Girl next door.
Yeah, very girl next door vibes. But once I got into the music industry, they started dressing me in like the wigs, and I was like looking like I hopped off the set of Love and Hip Hop. And
I'm so
it was
sick of you.
getting followers. Like I was getting followers, but unfortunately, like a lot of them were men who only liked how I looked. They weren't interested in my content or like
the music.
The music, yeah. So like it didn't really convert the way that I wanted it to. So I'm still in the process of like building a community of people that I can actively engage with and people that look forward to seeing my content every day.
Yeah.
Not just like a picture of me when I go out to dinner or something, you know?
You said like you want my music though, right?
Yeah, like stream something, watch the podcast.
Something.
Everybody just got heart eyes. Like, thank you. But where are we going from here?
Thank you. Did you click the link?
Please. It's
Maybe
literally
you should
in
just
the bio.
like copy and paste your link, and then when somebody like replies, just like paste your link with a wink, like.
You know what? I might have to try that. Instagram
I'm gonna try
might
that.
get me on spam, but we'll see. We'll see. You can try it.
You can try it. I want to try that for me.
Yeah, because I'm just like, this is not converting. Like, it's no way. But okay, so that's also something that I want to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like being a creative or being in this industry, why are there so many fashion differences between men and women? Because at the end of the day, like if you look at artists like Taylor Swift and then you have an artist like Megan Thee Stallion, they're very different.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift can just take a picture with her guitar and an outfit from Old Navy and that shit's gonna sell.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift made $3 billion on the tour that she just had.
I honestly didn't even know she was like still a big deal until that tour came out.
I didn't know either.
And then my friend's daughter was like freaking out.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know who Taylor Swift is? She's
No,
like,
for real.
Oh, yeah. They like got a suite.
Yeah. Everybody I know had a suite. And some of them were my age. Like, yeah.
I don't understand.
Teardrops on My Guitar was a hit.
Yeah.
But when you look at somebody like Megan Thee Stallion, like she has to wear like a thongkini and on her album cover, and like that's what the industry considers sexy. That's what they consider like success. I don't understand.
I feel like it's difficult to say because it's like with Taylor Swift, like you're right, she doesn't have to do those things, but it's also just like I feel like in our community, that's what's selling and that's what will get you there faster. With Taylor Swift, her community is more different. So it's like, yes. So it's like she doesn't have to really do that because, you know, people will still on that side love her no matter what. But with us, it's like you're not going to get that. I don't know what it is like that.
cosign.
yeah,
Or...
that cosign, or it's not as like people aren't gonna watch you more because it's like I think it's a lot of marketing. You're gonna love it or you're gonna hate it.
Yeah.
So it's like a girl might be looking at Megan and be hating on her because
Mm-hmm.
she is
Got
shaking
the
her.
body
Yeah, got the
and...
body. She's pretty. She got good hair. Body tea.
No, for real. Body is
Body
tea.
tea.
I'll drink to that.
And it's like they're hating on it and they're sharing it with their friends and they're like, "Oh my gosh, they're hating on her." But you have the other side where the girls who love her and that empowers them to want to maybe shake their little booties and
Mm-hmm.
dress provocatively, and then the guys are like, "Oh, she baddie, she a baddie, da, da,
Yeah.
da, da. I want a girl like Meg." And it's like, okay, that sex is selling, good or bad. And with men, I feel like they don't have to do as much, but it is also a lot harder for them. They can't really be out there like shaking booty to
Yeah,
like
to get followers
to get
or for
followers.
people to stream their
Yeah,
music.
they really have to they have to be good. They have to actually be good. And
Yeah.
there's not a lot of like, oh gosh, because I love her. I don't want to, I love Sweetie. I love Sweetie. I love
I
her
love her
music. I'm a
too.
Sweetie fan,
Period.
but her last album just wasn't for me.
Yeah.
But she can still do her thing because she's pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she got a good body. She can, she got a good stylist. Her hair is nice. Like all the factors that still make her relevant, but her music might not be where it is at right now. But
Yeah.
she can still stay relevant because she's a pretty girl.
Yeah.
Now,
And
if she wasn't, if she was a man in that situation, she'd already be like,
she would have never got a shot.
yeah, she wouldn't got a shot. Yeah.
But in some ways, I love that. But also in some ways, I hate that because with women, a lot of good artists or even great artists are overlooked. Like even here in Dallas specifically, there's tons of great artists here who have like that girl next door look, who have like an acoustic, like soulful sound, and they get overlooked because they're not making the type of
Like
music
Ari
that's
Lennox.
trending. Yes.
We love Ari, but she's not really like talked about a lot.
Yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
obsessed with her.
I love Ari.
Like I would want
yeah.
to be her friend.
But then you look at someone like SZA, who is more on the sexual side, and she's a lot further. So it's like you can kind of tell Ari just kind of she was going that route, and then she
reeled it back in. I kind of did the same thing. I was very out there at one point, and then I don't know, like I started studying fashion. It's like I had a stylist prior to working with you, and I mean we did some great work together. It was good for its time. We had our little run. But in my process of working with her, I started studying like fashion and like trying to really hone in on a style. And it would like bother me because I would tell her like, okay, I think I want this to be my style. And like she would keep sending me like the same
type of
looks.
vibe, yeah.
And it's just like very cookie cutter. The shoes match the bag, and it was just your typical outfit. It didn't feel like anything different or special.
Yeah.
So
and
I
wanted
started
it to feel like
you. Yeah, I wanted it to be very authentic. Like when people see me in an outfit, like nobody can wear that but Allura. And so I was just like,
they can't duplicate.
No, they can't. I mean, they can try,
right?
But the sauce won't taste the same,
Yeah, it's gonna be a little off. It's gonna be a little off. I'm missing something.
A little missing the oregano, salt or something. But yeah, so I would keep sending her like different reference pictures and things like that, and it just like didn't go over well. So we kind of like halted.
Yeah.
And I just kind of like started studying fashion on my own. I've been traveling a lot to Europe because I'm inspired by European fashion. I don't have like a favorite designer or anything like that. I just like different things that I see when I'm in Europe.
And I think that's okay too. I feel like people be like, oh, what's this designer did? I'm like, as long as I like it, I don't know half the like the designers I put my clients in. Like one of my clients wore a really up and coming designer's dress. And then Lori Harvey wore it like the next week.
Oh my God.
And they reached out to my client about the dress, and she was like, oh, did you know about this? I was like, I just thought it was a cute.
Yeah, I thought it was like a cute little look.
Thought it was a look. I don't know. So it's like I don't even know half of the designers. So it's just like whatever. I feel like whatever you like is what you like. And people, it could be designer or not. People always think like, oh, it has to be. It don't.
I love designer, but I'm still being educated in that realm. Like I just started studying fashion maybe the last 3 years, but I feel like I finally like gotten to a point where I'm able to put fits together on the
Yeah,
fly,
you're
and
like,
people are like, that's really cute. Like
yeah.
nobody could pull that off but
Do you
you.
feel like comfortable in your body? Like you know what fits you, you know it.
I was wearing a lot of like BBL fashion when that was like a trend.
Yeah.
And it was like cute. I mean, everybody was doing it, but I don't think that that was necessarily the fit for my body type.
Gotcha.
I wouldn't say that I'm like modest now, but I like more fashionable pieces than I like things that show skin.
Okay.
So, yeah, but I'm still working out the kinks on trying to figure out what best fits my body type.
Yeah.
But I think I look good with anything that kind of like shows off a silhouette.
So your
I
waist.
got a little shape. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a
Yeah.
little
Yeah.
shape.
Yeah. You're like, I don't care as long as my waist is snatched.
Period. As long as
Yes.
it's little, very tiny.
Yes. Then I don't care.
That.
Yeah.
I also like to accessorize with different hats. Like I love a good hat.
Yes.
Love a
See,
good
and that's
hat.
the other thing people need to know. Like for me, it's sunglasses.
Oh, love a good pair of sunglasses.
Like when you come to my house, I literally in my stylist area, I have 4 drawers of sunglasses, and people just look at me like, and then I have my own in my room, my own personal. So like these are my personal, and these are for my whatever. When people need a bar of sunglasses, so it's like I'm obsessed.
Yeah.
I've been obsessed. That's been my thing ever since like I started doing this. So it's like that's my thing.
Sunglasses were my thing for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I used to like be camera shy, so whenever I would do photo shoots, I would always have on like sunglasses to like keep my face or having to make eye contact with the camera.
Yeah.
But as I got like more and more confident in my skin and like posing and stuff, I dropped the sunglasses. But I wish that I would have kept my collection because I threw it away.
Dang, girl.
Yeah, they were really cute. Like I like funny shaped things.
I can see that.
Like,
yeah.
Even with my house, like the design that I have for my house,
so cute.
I like oddly shaped pieces. I want like looking at me and looking at my home to feel like you're at a museum.
Okay, see, and I'm opposite.
Really?
I'm very like my style is very simple. You say it's not, but it's
your
like
style is not simple.
Compared to other stylists, it's simple.
The only thing that's simple about it is that it's black.
Okay, so for my house, it's not simple, but it's like my couch is white, all my painting, everything in my house is black and white. It's not like.
But that's very you, though.
Yeah, so I feel like a lot of people try to like be something they're not, and they try to be like, oh well, these influencers have houses like these, or these influencers are wearing clothes like these, and it's just with like, that too. What do you like?
Yeah.
What do you like when you go into someone's house and you like what it looks like? What is it that draw? Is it the simplicity?
Yes.
Do you like sometimes I do like funky. I like I have a lot of like Cause figurines in my house, but I love Cause. You know, I'm gonna start getting like Scream posters and Godfathers because that's what I like. Like, what do you like?
Yeah. And I feel like because we're in this social media age, a lot of like us don't have our own thoughts.
Yeah.
A lot of the stuff is like media centered, like things that we see people post on TikTok or Instagram or things that we've read on blogs or maybe even Twitter. Like sometimes I have to like take a step back and ask myself, what do I really like?
Right.
Like with my home, when I was in the process of decorating, I was trying to figure out like an overall style or theme. I always have to do this like anytime that I go out when it comes to a look. Like I'm trying to figure out like what I'm trying to serve. Like, is it Emily in Paris? Is it Des Dior at the red carpet? Dior, yeah. Like what is it going to be? So for my house at my previous location, it was like a spa themed. Like I wanted it to feel like a meditation retreat. So I had tons of rugs and incense, and it smelled great. But now since I'm at like a different space, I wanted the vibe to feel very grown, sophisticated.
Woman.
I wanted to give like designer store. Like I wanted to feel as if you're walking into like Chanel or if you're walking into like a really dope art museum. And so that's how I like base the aesthetic for my apartment.
That's really cute. I could kind of see that. Yeah.
Thanks.
I love your couch.
Girl, that couch was a steal. It was a steal. Like, I got that couch for a really good price. They don't have it anymore.
It's cute. It's cute. And the dog is cute. It's all giving. It's all giving.
Thank you.
She wouldn't let me bring her dog on set today.
Next time, because he needs to be groomed.
Oh, he's so cute.
TikTok was going to be talking shit.
You know what I'm saying? That's my son.
That's my son, my child. Watch your mouth. So, as a stylist, what would you say are some of your favorite stores?
Oh, Dallas is hard because we're so basic.
It don't have to be Dallas.
Okay.
It can even be in Italy. That's where my favorite stores.
I would say my favorite websites.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay,
we'll start
because
there.
I love My Teresa. I love Essence.
I have to take some notes.
I love, what's the other one? Farfetch.
I love them.
Yeah.
Wait, hold on.
I love Saks. I love a good Saks. I don't like
Farfetch, like
Neiman's.
for designer.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one. SoFetch for clothes.
Okay. Yeah, Farfetch is like all the designer stuff. I would say those are my go-tos though. I love Essence, so I'd be on there because they have like all the Fairy God stuff on there. They got all the Dion Lee. They got oh my gosh, what is that? They got the Vivienne Westwood. They have like all the all the designers on there.
Okay.
Mason
for
like, and they always have a sale.
Oh, girl, I love it.
Yeah, so it's like,
sales be giving girl math, like.
Yeah. So that's where I usually like shop. But in Dallas, Traffic,
Downtown?
yeah, I love Traffic.
I'm gonna have to go there with you one day.
It's so good. Shout out to my boy Noah. Ask for Noah when you go. They're by appointment only, but like if you know somebody, you can get in.
I love a good appointment only store.
Yeah.
It like really eases my anxiety.
Yeah. It's always like really, when I'm in there, they're like so nice. Glass of champagne, but it's not like, I don't know, like other stores in Highland Park and stuff do that, but in Traffic it's just more, it's a vibe.
Yeah.
They have all like Off-White, Palm Angels, all those little things that you just, I don't know, the little streetwear, off streetwear, and then they have a lot of things from different designers throughout the world that they just get into, like.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, more exclusive
I'm a sucker
pieces.
For like exclusive one of a kind pieces.
That you need to go there.
Yeah.
And then I just started getting into Gregory's.
What's that?
It's like, it's a designer store too, but they have like world tour where they have like the funky like YSL hats for $75 and like off-brand Chanel shirts for $75. You know, they're so cute. And she also has like some really old vintage like Vivienne Westwood, Mugler, Chanel pieces that she has in her warehouse that you can buy that are just like, oh my gosh.
You know what I love?
What?
A good brooch. Like you can put a brooch, like a YSL or a Chanel one on a t-shirt and like suddenly your outfit's chic.
I let my friend borrow mine and she lives in LA. I don't think I'll ever get it back.
You better, friend.
Friend,
hello?
Can I get that bag? Can I get my brooch back? Thank you.
Thank you. So, what's your favorite fashion trend right now?
Oh, my favorite fashion trend, I would say cargo pants.
Girl, I love cargos. I didn't think that I was going to look good in cargos because, you know, I'm kind of like, I got a little shade.
Yeah.
I got a little shade. So, it's like hard to find.
It is. You got to get them tailored. The thick girls got to get them tailored. Okay.
I got some cargos from Zara. I bought like a really large size. And
I don't know how people be buying nothing from Zara ever fits me.
Because it's like little.
Nothing,
like,
yes.
You got to go
like
to like a size 28.
Yeah. Pants, my thighs be like, what are you doing?
Girl, same.
Take these off.
I always have to go get it altered because like the thighs will fit, but the waist be like, no.
The thighs, the waist be big, the thighs be tight, the pants be short.
Yes,
and then
they be short.
The girls on YouTube be like, I got this from Zara and it fits perfect. I'm like, how?
And the Zara in Europe actually is worse because
really? Because it's smaller.
The sizes are even smaller. Like,
oh gosh.
If you want to somewhere that does vanity sizes, don't go there because that will hurt your feelings.
You're like, I know I was not.
Like, I'm the biggest one here. I'm huge.
Oh gosh.
But okay, so what's your least favorite trend?
Them little Mickey Mouse boots.
Oh my gosh.
Y'all need to stop.
I hate that. If they really thought they ate.
You need to stop.
And at first I thought it was a joke.
Sickness.
Like, Who started that
And
trend?
then they got the Croc ones now.
Yeah,
You need to be arrested.
Yes, immediately.
Immediately in jail.
I think that's worse than like the stuff Balenciaga be putting out. Balenciaga is a social
They be putting out
experiment.
stuff, but that boot right there, I've only seen maybe 2 people wear it, and I was like, okay. One was a basketball player. Oh, I forget his name, but he wore it with like cargo pants, and he put like the pants over the boot, and so you just saw the tip of the shoe. And I was like, okay, that's cute. For the one time. Cool.
Okay.
And then the other one, I saw this guy on TikTok. It was like funny. He was like at a baseball game, and he was doing like a skit.
It's hot.
Have you seen Reno 911?
Mm-mm.
Oh, dang. Okay. Never mind. It won't be funny though. But he did it like as a joke, and it was like funny. I was like, okay, that's acceptable. But other than that,
I saw it on a kid, and they looked
okay,
cute.
on a kid, okay, cool. But the Instagram influencer girls, you need to stop.
Yeah.
Please.
I mean, I don't know how much they're paying you, but all money ain't good money.
I saw Emily B wear them, and she had like pigtails.
No.
I said, now, Emily, I love you, girl, but
please.
Because now everybody thinks it's
Let's
okay.
Put our thinking caps on.
I'm sorry. That was too much. But yeah, that made me hot just thinking about them boots. And I know Sneaker Con is this weekend, and so many people are going to have those boots.
Girl, I hope not. It's too hot. We live in Texas.
We live in Texas. People have no sense out here.
Them boots are probably heavily insulated too. They better be sweaty. They might not
even
even
have
be
the
able to get
crack
them
ones.
off.
They got the holes in them now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, yeah, that's my no. Oh, and then we have Shoe Deal out here in Texas.
I love Shoe Deal.
I love me some Shoe Deal, but why do they have
hurting.
like every color in those boots at Shoe Deal?
Sometimes Shoe Deal be doing too much.
They have ones with superheroes all on them.
No Shoe Deal. I haven't been there in a long time because my last pair of shoes, like those were bloody shoes.
Oh dang.
Yeah, my feet were hurting.
Dang. Yeah.
So I haven't been back. But I mean, I love them.
At the beginning of the summer, they had Christian Dior shoes, Chanel shoes.
They be coming out with everything.
They looked real.
Yeah.
I was so confused. I was like,
and
people
were
were looking at it. We were looking at each other like,
is this real?
Do you see this?
Yeah. Does it come
Should
with the duster bag?
Right. It came with the box. It had the Christian Dior box.
They're going to jail.
I remember me and this girl were looking at each other like, do you see this? Are we looking at the same thing? Yeah. They had Balenciaga bags.
Yeah, I saw
they had Telfars.
Yeah, the Telfar, I didn't like that.
But
y'all didn't have to do that.
Yeah, they were doing a lot. They had Gucci, Marc Jacobs, Givenchy.
Yes, they have Marc Jacobs and Fendi.
And they had Fendi straight to jail.
Yeah, I'm like, okay. Y'all used to just be a shoe store. What happened to that?
I wasn't mad at that era. They stopped it now.
There used to be the $9.99 shoe store.
They had the Chanel earrings.
I had a pair of those.
Yeah.
I got them from like a flea market or something.
Yeah.
They made my ears itch.
One of my friends said don't buy designer jewelry because it's fake.
Yeah, it is
fake.
Fake.
So she said she'll never buy it again.
Because those Louis Vuitton earrings that everybody was wearing, you remember when they were like trending?
Mm-hmm.
I went to Europe and I was going to buy them. And I was like, is it 14 karat gold, 18 karat? They were like, it's like 14 karat gold plated. And I was like,
Cam said,
excuse me? You mean plated what? What do you mean plated?
No, just plated.
And I was like,
that'll be $1,800.
Yeah, never mind. Thank you.
Thank you. Cash your card.
Yeah. Apple Pay, please. Girl, okay. I literally hate going shopping in designer stores.
Okay.
My card declined every time. Like, I called you and I let you know that I was coming.
They just like to embarrass you.
Yeah, why did you do that?
The bank is like...
Because now you got everybody in the back laughing at me, everybody kikiing.
Yeah.
And I'm over here just trying to swipe my card and go.
It does that to me all the time.
It's so embarrassing.
I think I've been doing it for so long, I'm past the point of embarrassment. I'm just like, give me a second. Give me 1 second. You ring them up? Give me 1 second. I didn't get it done.
Time I went to go buy like a YSL bag, and so I don't know like what's wrong with me recently. Like I don't know.
That YSL bag you bought was beautiful.
I know.
R.
I love her.
Oh, you still have it?
Yeah. I love her.
It's okay. Yeah.
But I went to go buy the bag and I wasn't like planning on buying it, so I didn't like come prepared. But like I had my debit card and not my credit card. And so
Oof.
like I swiped it, it was like declined. And the lady was like, yeah, it's because you probably just don't have a credit card. And I was like,
Babe, don't do that.
excuse me? I was
Don't
like,
do
girl, I
that.
got a credit card. I just left it
I
at home. I've been forgetting to like grab my wallet and my keys
There's
recently.
something about, you bought it here in Dallas?
Mm-hmm.
There's something about Dallas sales associates.
I don't like them.
They're so rude.
Yeah.
Any other city I go to, they will roll out the red carpet for
Yes,
me.
girl, they didn't even give
Show
me a glass of
everything.
champagne.
Yeah, they will. Even if I'm not buying, I'm like, I'm not buying today. They're like, oh, it's okay. I just want to show you. It's like, okay,
Yeah.
they'll
And if
invite
you
me to the
tell them-
events.
You
Here,
tell them like, oh, I'm not buying anything. They're like, okay, like enjoy looking around.
right.
I'm like, okay, girl, that's why.
That's why I'm not buying
Yeah,
anything.
literally. I'll
Make
wait
me
till I
want
get
to
to
buy
Europe.
something. Isn't that your job?
The people in Europe treat you like you're royalty. They bring you glasses of champagne.
Oh, I've seen it on TikTok.
Like it's the most amazing shopping
This one
experience ever.
girl had posted, her sales associate was like, let's go, do you want your picture taken? There's this beautiful
Yeah.
place, let me take you over there.
They do that kind of stuff, and they like, so I always go ahead of time to like scope out the bag that I want.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a whole day for me. Like I go scope out the bag, I find my associate, figure out who I'm gonna give my money to.
Mm-hmm.
And then after that, because you have to have your passport and a whole bunch of stuff. So I come back like with a fit on, you know, so I can have my picture taken, so they can get a video. My guy Marco, he was filming my reels so that I had content to post. I was like, thank you. Like if I could give you a tip,
they're not
I
doing
would.
that. My favorite place to shop is Miami. I cannot
Really,
lie.
I've never
Yes.
gone designer shopping. Like, well, I'm lying.
They are the sweetest. Maybe it's my attitude when I'm there because I'm a little more relaxed. But like, they're so nice. They'll invite you to the they have a lot more events out there, so they invite you to the events.
I want to get invited to designer events.
But then I'm like, I live in Dallas, and then I come here.
It's nothing.
I don't ever get invited to events, and I see people like at these events, and I'm like, y'all didn't want to call me?
Yeah.
I got people that will come and spend money.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's okay.
I hate that.
I know.
But our time is coming.
Yeah, it's coming.
So how do you feel about like fast fashion?
I'm a fan. Oh, I mean, we should recycle. You should donate. I do believe that. I do donate my clothes. But also, if I feel like if you are not, if there's something very trendy that you want to try it in fast fashion first, and then before making the investment. I'm not mad at it though. I think it's just like,
girl, have you seen this economy?
As long as you're like responsible with it and you're just not like throwing it in the trash. If you're actually like donating your stuff, then okay. But there are people who are just like wearing it and like just literally throw it in the trash, and it's like, you could at least take it down the street and put it in the donation bin.
Yeah,
but yeah,
that's what I do.
I'm a fan of it. Like I love Fashion Nova.
Girl, I love Fashion Nova too.
And people are probably gonna be so mad on your platform that I said that, but I do. I like them. I like Pretty Little Things.
I love Pretty Little Thing.
Sorry, y'all.
Used to like Shein, and like my favorite thing to do is like, I'm like no different than anybody else. I shop on the same websites as all of you.
Right.
But I just somehow seem to find like the best pieces. Like I think that's my
Same.
toxic trait.
Yeah. No, that's your yellow. That's your beige flag.
Okay.
That's a beige flag for sure.
Period.
Yeah.
Because I'll be finding like the best pieces, and then I'll go somewhere and somebody's like, oh my God, where'd you find that? And I'm like, oh, no,
Fashion
Shein, a Pretty Little Thing.
Yeah.
They're like, really? I've never seen that. I'm just like,
See, I could not get into Shein just because like it's too much. Y'all have too much going on. There's
Shein
too many
sells
pieces.
furniture now.
That's what I'm saying.
Home decor.
What is going on here?
They
It's
even
a
got
mess.
refrigerators.
See what I'm saying? It's a mess. I just need something concise. And then I also heard it takes a long time to ship.
Yeah.
And a lot of times when I'm shopping online, I need it like the next day.
Yeah.
So it's like I haven't really got into it, but I wouldn't ever say like don't shop at Shein because I don't know.
I used to shop at Shein a lot.
Yeah.
But as I'm getting older, I'm like wanting to invest in clothes that you can't see through. So I haven't really been shopping there much recently just because, like, I don't know. I can see a cheap fit a mile away. And I'm not saying
Same.
that you have to spend a whole bunch of money on clothes, but the way it's put together is like important.
Yes.
And sometimes with Shein's pieces, you can't always do that.
Well, with Fashion Nova, their prices have gone up to
But the
where
quality's gone up
the
too,
quality
though.
has, and it's kind of hard to, when I'm trying to explain this to people, they're like looking at me like, I know it's cheap. But I'm like, y'all just haven't shopped, or maybe you don't know what to look for on there, because I can kind of tell what's going to be cheap and what's not going to be
Me
cheap on
too,
there.
based on like the percentages of the
Yeah, or just
fabric.
like how they, I don't even know. Maybe because we shop on there so much, we can kind of just tell like, nah, that's cheap, or it's
Yeah.
$14.
It's a little bombastic side
Right.
eye.
It's like, that's probably not going to be the best, but I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
Click, click, click.
I'll wear it and donate it.
Right.
Donation bin's right there.
Right there.
I literally, like, when I just moved, I got rid of like everything that I owned and I just put it in a
That's
donation
good.
bin. And I've been like buying more like trousers
Mhm.
and like just more, I hate to say reliable pieces because like right now the capsule wardrobe is a thing. Don't really believe in a capsule wardrobe.
I think you should have your capsule
Yeah.
wardrobe.
For me, that looks more like athleisure, like Lululemon.
I'm saying Rick Owens. That's another one of my favorite designers, Rick Owens.
I
Have you
need a
seen
pair
his
of these
closet?
shoes. No.
His closet is this big, and it has maybe this big. It has 5 pieces in it and a pair of shoes.
I feel like men can get away with that because there's this guy I know that owns 5 pieces from Suit Supply, and he
And
just like
mixes and
mixes
matches.
and matches them
Yeah.
with different like accessories, maybe a hat.
Yeah.
He'll wear like some loafers, and I'm just like,
That's
that
my
can't
goal,
be the
is
same
having
shirt.
maybe not 5, but like just having like a little
I feel like as
closet.
a girl, we don't have that kind of luxury. And my like dream is to have a huge ass closet with hella purses and jewelry and all of my
That
exciting
used to be my
outfits.
dream. I just feel like I would not wear all of that stuff.
You're becoming a minimalist.
I am. I'm becoming a minimalist. A lot of my stuff in my closet, I'm like, I don't wear any of this.
I mean, that's how I feel now too. But
None
also,
of these clothes have gotten worn in years.
like,
I'm like, I'm gonna wear that one day. No, you're not.
I
Get rid of it.
if I haven't worn it in a year, it goes
Really,
to the
that's
donation
good.
bin.
I would let it go 4 or 5 years. And I'm like, I'm gonna wear this one day. Never wear it.
No, I don't do that just because I don't like keeping things like holding space because it could just be somewhere that I put my new outfit.
Your closet is very organized.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I would not take the credit for that. Get it organized by Tiara.
Period.
My girl came through. I hired her off TaskRabbit. But yeah, she organized my closet from A to Z. And I like the way that she did it because I love a good organized closet. I
Yeah.
can't live if my closet like feels dysfunctional. Because being an influencer, like you get invited to events a lot, and sometimes you'll get invited at the last minute, and I need to be able to see exactly what I have.
Yeah.
But one thing that's also helped is keeping an inventory of what I have in my phone so that I can like look while
Giving
I'm on the go, like,
clueless.
ooh, okay, I
Yeah.
can piece this together and I got these shoes. All right, that's a look. We'll try it on when I get home.
Yeah. I
so
like
that's
that.
helped a lot.
Yeah.
But I don't hate fast fashion. In this economy, like that's kind of all you've got, especially like if you have a specific look that you're going for. I'm not one of those people that has the ability to like go into a store. I'm not as talented as you. I can't go into a store and just like piece together a look. Like I have to strategize, put some thought and some time and effort into
And like,
it.
this is what I'm getting. This is what I need to look for.
I need to give this. So I need a tank top that says this. I need a skirt, a little hat, and these shoes. And I can go on websites and search that up and find exactly what I'm looking for versus like going into a store and piecing together a look, especially not in a store like Zara. That just gives me anxiety.
Really?
Child.
Girl, my eye just be pulling things.
I was that talented.
It's just, I wish I was that talented with interior. I'm not a good interior designer.
Really?
No. That's why I like minimal, because I don't know.
I am
Keep it very
like
simple.
kind of, I don't know. I'm at this age or at this stage in life where I don't know if I want to be a stylist or an interior designer. Like
You could be both. Literally. Yeah.
I have so many like things I want to do, like have this podcast and do music and then own boutique hotels and interior design all of them. And style
What's
a
your
few
main
clients.
focus that you...
Right now it's my podcast.
Yeah.
Like the properties and boutique hotels, that's like later in life.
Yeah.
Probably when I'm like
I feel
old.
like the podcast right now should be the main focus.
Yeah, for
I
sure.
feel like once people start trying to do too many things, they get lost in the sauce.
Yeah.
And they get forgotten about. Because it's like, what are you trying to do?
Exactly.
So it's like the podcast right now is going amazing.
Oh, thank you.
People are knowing you from it. You're promoting it super well.
Thank
the
you.
quality is good. So
Thanks
it's just
to Cam.
like, shout out Cam.
Period.
So it's like, yeah, I feel like the more you do it, the more consistent people are going to be reaching out to you more, that are like, hey, we have these people coming into town. We got to be on your podcast. You about to be on radio shows, girl.
Fingers crossed. Because radio and
like, even with, we're going to have to talk after, because you can even be doing award shows.
That's what I eventually want to do, like red carpets and things like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're
going to talk about it.
Yeah. So, okay. How do you feel about designers and dupes?
I'm a fan. I'm here for it.
I love her.
I'm sorry. Be mad at me. I'm here for a good dupe, baby.
Period.
What you gonna tell me it's not real?
I'm delusional.
You're literally gonna come up to me and be like, your bag is fake. You're a weirdo. Go away.
Why are you looking so hard?
Why are you looking so hard? But I don't honestly don't care. I feel like people are so like, oh, if you can't afford it, don't get it. It's like, it's not that I can't afford it. It's just like,
maybe I don't
logically, I want to go on a trip. But for me, it's not just like, oh, I want a pink bag. It's like, ooh, the pink Chanel bag, the way it looks, the way it's shaped, the way it photographs, the vibe of it,
leather.
But I don't want to pay $10,000 for it.
That's a down payment on a house.
Yeah, I'm just get the dupe.
I feel that.
Yeah.
I support dupes as well. Like, baby, do what you do.
Do what you do. Yeah.
But just
don't be acting like when it is fake.
Don't act like it's real. That's too much for me.
That's too much. Just be like, oh, I got
bag
it
on the floor.
DH. Yeah, like don't be like, let me put my Hermes here. It's like, girl, babe, just act like it's a regular bag.
Yes. Act like it's from Zara,
right? Because it basically is
pretty much,
right?
With a little logo slapped
right.
on
Don't
it.
be trying to put out your dust bag on the counter, like,
yeah, all right, girl,
right?
Like, and when they be selling the bags, like the dupes with the dust bag, I'm like, y'all doing too much.
They doing too much.
Hand me the bag,
but I'm here for it because I'm gonna put it in my closet. Like, I have that.
Yeah, and honestly, I noticed that like the reason why I've gotten like more interested in buying dupes, like I have a lot of designer bags, like real designer bags, but they're like, you know, black and brown. Because, like, if I'm going to invest, I'm not getting a color. I need something that fits every wardrobe, every occasion. Like, I do a lot of crossbodies and a lot of top handle bags because those are, like, dress up and dress down bags. But now I'm wanting to, like, branch out and get colored bags, like you mentioned, the pink Chanel or
the baby blue
Burberry. Yes, I want like things like that, but it's not something that I can wear every day. And for me, like being able to justify the price, it has to be something that you can spend. I mean, you can carry for every occasion.
Can get it, definitely get it. But for the girls who just love fashion and love the bag, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Yeah,
I feel like people need to just kind of let that narrative go. Like, oh, it's
who cares?
Who cares? Yeah, like.
There are tons of people, like the richest person that I know doesn't have I mean, I think she has a few designer bags, but most of them, like, she gets from the fence.
I know a lady who is rich as hell, owns multiple businesses, and has tons of fake Chanel bags. Yeah. I don't care. I was living for each one. I was like, I love all these bags. I don't know what's real or what's fake, and I don't care. Let's just make this look pretty in here.
One thing that snapped my little ass into reality, I was talking to her, and I was just like, yeah, I really want this bag. It's like $2,000. And she was like, $2,000? I was like, yeah, and it's just $2,000. Like, I can just save, and I'll probably have it by the end of the year. And she's like, girl, $2,000 you could put on a stock. And I'm like,
true.
Girl, she just got me.
Right.
Thank you.
Then after a while, it's like, okay.
I felt too guilty to even buy the bag. I never got it.
Yeah.
I didn't invest money in stock
that's a
either, though.
month's rent.
Yeah, that's exactly what she said. She was like, "There's so many things you could get with that," and I'm just like,
Yeah.
she just
Unless
made
it
me
was
feel
just
like a
like a
whole
bag that
idiot.
you're like a black YSL bag or something
Yeah, I
that you're
feel like
like,
YSL is
let me
classic.
treat myself and I'm gonna
Yeah.
have this bag. I'm gonna use it a lot. I'm gonna.
And YSL isn't really like too expensive. I think the price point on them is good because it's a sleek bag that you can carry for any occasion. It
Girl,
has
I
the
walked away
chain.
from that bag when they
It
told me
it only be like
25,
50.
2600. Maybe I was looking at
Oh
the big one.
yeah, I think you were looking at the big. I like small bags.
Because I was
Like
like, oh, okay, let me go to and I went to Balenciaga at the time. I went to
oh yeah,
Balenciaga,
yeah.
yeah, and got me one
Speaking
over
of
there.
Balenciaga, how do
Yeah.
you feel about their recent scandal?
Oh, I'm not here for it. I think it was weirdo energy.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I thought it was just
It's
kind of
giving
weird that they
pedophile.
did that. Yeah, it was just kind of like odd. However, they justified it. It was just kind of like off. Um,
Off-putting, yeah.
yeah, a little off-putting, and it was just like I don't know. I hear like I do my research after all those, and it's a lot of things that just make me uneasy about the brand. Especially, I'm a spiritual person. I'm
Mm-hmm.
Christian, so a lot of their things are like they put like demonic logos in their stuff and
Yeah,
present it in such a way, and it's kind of like that's do you. I just don't feel comfortable really being part of the brand anymore.
I agree.
But their pieces are fire. They have amazing pieces. It's just kind of like, dang, like the same, like I was telling you before, like Alexander Wang. I be seeing so many people, like a lot of dope pieces from Alexander Wang, but I'm like, what you did was not cool.
Yeah, I agree.
I can't really like
And I
get with
feel the
that.
same way about Gucci. I know their scandal happened years
Yeah, but it's still
ago,
like
but
but it's good you have a moral compass. I think some people just are kind of just like, it is what it is. And it's like, that's fine, but you have to have, there has to be a line. Like,
mm-hmm.
that's not really what my goals and values are. And I
Aligned
understand
with,
me
yeah.
not shopping at Balenciaga is not going to hurt
Oh,
Balenciaga.
no. They've got tons of
But
people supporting their business
for
every day.
sure, yeah. So it's just like, it's not hurt, but it makes me feel uneasy going to give them money knowing what I know.
Exactly.
It's kind of like when like somebody just beat up your best friend, but they make some fire chicken, and you're
And you
like,
still go over their house to eat anyway? That's fucked up.
right? You're like, I mean, I know she just beat up my friend,
But her
but
food
her
is
plates,
good.
she
Yes.
makes some bomb mac and cheese. You're like, girl, I'm beat up. It's okay. It's not like she doesn't make
She
good
didn't kill
food,
you.
right?
Like,
She still makes good food. What's the problem? It's like, no, mm-mm. So yeah,
I agree with you. And I feel like, as we were talking earlier, as Black people, like, we have a strong hold on pop culture and we set a lot
yeah,
of trends.
for sure.
And if we just all banded together and created something of our own, or
Yeah.
even
Or
chose
supporting more
Black
but
designers.
like I love how Telfar is doing its thing,
Yeah.
and Brandon Blackwood and Laquan
Love.
Smith.
Yes.
What's that other one? Black Noor or something like
Mm-hmm.
that. That I have a couple of his bags. And it's just like Nathaniel Noor, that's his name, Nathaniel Noor. But it's like if we just supported more of those brands, I know Telfar is like a big deal, but what about the
Yeah, the
other
other
little
little
guys?
guys. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like let's support them, or let's try to get other places more popular, more black
Yeah.
designers more popular. But
I totally
I
agree
don't
with
know.
you. And I like am hoping for that to happen in the future because as Black people, we are pop culture.
Yeah.
We are the trend that people follow. We see that all the time now. If one of us does something, the Kardashians hop on the train and then now it's trending. So if we could do the same thing with designers that we support, we could pretty much like,
What do you think? What will it take for us to get there, you think?
I think we're getting there.
Okay.
I feel like we're finally getting to the point of where like we're not just accepting anything.
Yeah.
And there are so many Black designers out here to support. Like we don't have to throw our money away to the Gucci's and the Balenciagas and places like that. There
Yeah.
are good enough designers out there that produce the same quality of work
Mm-hmm.
and for an even more affordable price.
Yeah. I would love for somebody to come out with like a Fashion Nova Black equivalent.
Yeah, like a fast fashion for Black people.
I know there's a lot of brands that have Black boutiques that have fast fashion,
I don't be liking
but it's
boutique
not.
clothing.
It's not as the quality isn't there,
And the models don't be
and the
good.
model, yeah, the
Like, I
models
can
aren't
never
there.
tell what it's going to look like, so I don't order it.
Yeah, like give me a black Jody. Yes.
Wait, I thought Jody was black.
Is she black? You know what I'm talking about, like a chocolate.
Yeah.
I think she black? She's mixed.
Probably.
Yeah,
I don't know. The body was giving black, but I forgot. Like,
she's black.
yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Jody, if you see this, are you black?
Yeah, let us know.
I
Let us
think
know in the
she
comments.
is. Yeah, she is. She's mixed. She mixed.
She's something.
She's something. Yeah.
On
She's
the
part of
nigga
the
radar.
community for sure. Yeah.
So, with being in this industry
Mm-hmm.
and in like such a creative space, do you find struggle with like work-life balance?
I used to. Yeah, I used to struggle with that a lot because I thought I had to like work all day and no sleep, get it done, hustle, hustle. And now I'm just like, look, I'm gonna take these next 2 days off.
Yeah.
My day is done around 8 o'clock usually. If I wake up at 5, great, but my alarm is set for 7 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if my clients are trying to call me, I used to like answer a lot and like, pander to their needs. And now it's just like, if I'm out, I'm out. I'm not answering my phone. And even though they would get upset about it, it was just like, I have to set that boundary because if not, I'm stressed. I'm at a 10 all the time.
Yeah.
And I break. Like I'm a very big empath. Like I take on emotion really easily. So it's like if I don't give myself a break, if I don't go to sleep at a proper time, even though people say I'm an old lady, it's okay.
I feel that.
My phone be on Do Not Disturb at 9:30 and my friends are upset. I'm like, I'm sorry.
That's just how it has to be.
It has to be like that. I'm tired. Because if I stay up till 1 o'clock talking to you or whatever, trying to figure out what I'm set up working or whatever, I'm not waking up the next day till 9 a.m. And to me, the day's done.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy because 9 a.m. is still early. But if you think about it, 9 a.m., you like start moving around. 9:30, maybe
you still
10.
gotta get a good workout in.
Yeah, you still gotta work. Now you're up at 11.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get to the gym around 11:30. Then you work out for 2 hours. It's 1 o'clock.
Yeah. I was just telling somebody,
Where'd the day
I saw
go?
this TikTok where this girl was like, it's so hard having a 9 to 5 and being a gym babe because I have to get up and I have to go to my 9:30 Pilates class. And then after I go to Pilates, I have to take my 45-minute walk and grab a latte. By the time I get home and take my shower and do my skincare routine, it's noon.
That's what I'm saying. It's like 1, 2 o'clock. You're like, I don't know where the day went. And then it's like, okay, let me try to get a little work
cram
done.
all this stuff in.
Oh, it's 5 o'clock. Day is done. It's dinner time. Okay. And then you start winding down. You're go to bed. So it's like, yeah, I don't really have time for that anymore. I just have to like be a little more be more intentional for sure. And I think everybody needs to find their own ways of doing things. I think people try to think it's like a one size fits all, like get up at 5 a.m. and you go work out. It's like, if you're not a 5 a.m. person, stop playing with yourself. If you're a night owl, if you're a night owl and you don't wake up until 1 o'clock in the afternoon, that's okay.
Yeah, as long as you're getting things accomplished within your 24 hours.
Yes. And I don't think people realize that. They just try to go off of like what these millionaires do. But a lot of millionaires don't do anything. I know some millionaires who just be laying around in their bed all day and people call them and they just in their bed answering the phones.
A lot of millionaires got a small loan of $1 million. That's why, like,
that was a good one. That was a good one. Yeah.
The story is important.
The story is important.
I gotta know how you got there before I follow your instructions.
Right. And even if they were out there hustling, they're not doing that now.
No.
So
that's why
they're not even in the business.
At 5 a.m. Exactly. They're not stressed or they're not suffering from burnout.
They hired somebody to do that. Yeah.
Period. In this creative space, we often feel like we're under a lot of pressure, as I definitely feel that as a creative podcast host and like even as an artist, like we aren't working hard enough or putting enough effort in as our peers, especially because we work in such a night and day industry where you could be nobody today and somebody tomorrow. And we see so many success stories like that, where like when someone gains their 15 minutes of fame, that's what I like to call it, because at this point, like that's what it is. There, we don't really have celebrities anymore. Like once people do become famous,
Yeah.
it's not sustained.
Yeah.
But when someone does get their 15 minutes of fame, we often feel like it's because we aren't going hard enough or aren't like working hard enough. But the truth is, a lot of success in this industry comes from luck and just being in the right place at the right time. Because a lot of like my success didn't really come from me working hard. Like, yes, my music was good.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
my podcast is good. But it comes from me networking and like talking to the right person.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's happened to pretty much a lot of creatives, especially like as we were talking about in the music industry. You have some that are just pretty and are putting out music that's not good, but
They know
their
the right
beauty
people.
sustains them.
Yeah.
Exactly. Exactly. And on TikTok, we see so many videos just talking about building a morning routine for yourself, and everyone like starting their day at 4 a.m. and making you feel like shit for being a normal person.
Right.
Waking up at like 7 or 8. I call it morning routine supremacy because those people are annoying. But
You're like,
like
okay.
Jesus Christ, like that's like such a God complex. They're like, yeah, I woke up at 4 a.m. and I went to the gym. I took my Pilates class.
I only drink organic water.
And I only have oat milk because gut health is so important.
Baby, pass me the almond, please.
Yes.
Thank you.
But in this industry, we're just made to feel like if you aren't constantly creating or constantly producing, then you aren't valued. And you're only as good as your last project. And that is a harsh reality to face.
I mean, that's true, though. Is that bad to say?
No, it's not. I agree.
I feel like that is true, but also you can look back and see how good your work was.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like, are you better than that now?
I also feel like better is subjective.
Oh, that's true.
Because I see things through a different lens as I get older.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, my music was good when I was in like my I guess teens. Oh my God. In my teens. And now that I'm like in my 20s, I'm like, yeah, it was good, but it was missing something. Like I feel like the music that I make now is even better than then.
Yeah.
But
But
I'll
why
have
do you
people
think
that'll
that?
argue the opposite.
But it also is what you're wanting the world to see how you are now.
Exactly.
So like, for instance, I had it this year, even these past couple months, I started getting a mentor, and she was telling me like, what are you trying what are you trying to portray here? Like, who's your target audience?
Mm-hmm.
Let's focus on that. And lately I'm like, okay, so whenever I do these photo shoots, I have to be very intentional. When I'm styling somebody, I have to be very intentional. Like, who is the person I'm styling for? And it's like, okay, this person is a business, they're in business, they're a CEO, they might be an athlete, someone who's a mother, but my fashion style is this. It's suiting, it's clean, it's polished, but it's a little funky.
Yeah.
That's my style.
Yeah.
So it's like, but before I might have been trying to style like somebody else. So when I was at Neiman's, I came in with like a really funky style, and they like kind of toned me down because they're like doing too much.
Yeah.
But now they're trying to go really funky.
Mm-hmm.
So they're like, oh, Amanda was ahead of her time. But now I'm like kind of,
You're minimalist now.
now I'm
like,
a minimalist, but I
yeah.
still like to have fun with things. But it's like just finding that, I don't know, that balance and being like, that was good, but now this is even better because I've fine-tuned my craft.
Yeah.
So even with your music, it's like they're saying it's better, but you're like, my breath work is better, my tone is better, my beats are better to me. You know, that's
All
what I
that.
like. Yeah.
And like the overall meaning behind the music, because I think when I was initially making music, it was really good. I still love it. It's all a bop to me. But I wasn't making a whole lot of music that like signified anything or was like very deep. But I also think that like you got to understand the level that you were at that time. Like I was a kid. What depth did I have?
Right.
And I mean, even though I did have depth at that age, it was hard enough for me to articulate it, especially in music, like trying to make shit rhyme. So now, like, it's cool being able to make new music with the sound that I'm trying to portray. And I mean, honestly, I don't really have like a target audience because I feel like that limits you to your sound and to your craft, because I feel like that's what got me in trouble before. I was making music for my target audience and not making music for me. The right people will come. Who you attract is who you attract. Just be mindful of the type of energy that you're putting out.
Yeah.
And the people that need to be there or need to see it will see it.
Yeah. And also with each industry. So for like music, it's like you said, you kind of have to do what's right for you. With maybe like it just kind of I think it just kind of depends on what you're like. If you were like, okay, I feel like I want to be like on the Bad Bunny level. So it's
I
like
love
maybe I
him.
should start adding Hispanic music to my.
I
It's like it
wanted
just
to
kind
do
of
that,
depends.
but
Like
I
what's your
was scared it was going to be cultural appropriation.
if you went to Bad Bunny,
No, if I did Spanish music.
do you know how to speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Do you have Spanish in you?
No.
Do you know that?
No.
See, how do you
Well, I
take a
think
deep?
like my great grandfather was Dominican or something.
Have you seen those one TikTok when it's like when you find out you're 2% black? He's like, that's a black king right there. That could be you. Like, I'm a Latina
I'm
mommy.
about to be a Mara La Negra.
Okay. But I'm from New Mexico and I'll be saying stuff in Spanish and people be like, are you Mexican? I'm like,
Ew.
no. Like we went to go get tacos the other night. I was like, oh, I want some fratas. And he was
Ooh,
like,
I
some
love
what?
those.
I'm like, some fratas. And he's like, flatas? I said,
Yes, but no.
no. Like jalapenos. This is how I talk. But it's like, I'm from New Mexico. So it could be something.
Period.
And I'm not Hispanic at all. But you might have some Hispanic in you. Put them in there.
Maybe. But I also went to a bilingual school growing
Yeah,
up.
I'm like, but it also doesn't matter. It's kind of like, I don't know.
Girl,
Is
I'd be
it?
scared.
You have to ask your followers. They'll tell you.
Look, TikTok is a scary
Yeah, TikTok
place.
will tell you. Yeah. They'll let you
We'll
know.
see though.
Yeah.
But knowing that you're only as good as your last project, how does that affect your mental health?
Ooh. I think before it would have scared me, but now I feel good because my last project was good.
I like that.
So it's like, yeah, now if I put out something trash, I'd be sad. But it's like being able to be more intentional with what I'm doing and everything that I do is like, okay, that makes me feel good. But before I probably would have had a mental breakdown because this creative world is very hard to be in.
Yeah.
There's so much competition and there's someone new coming out every day.
Every day, yes.
So it's like there's a million podcasts, there's a million stylists, there's a million artists, there's a million new babies is being birthed every day that could just
Yeah.
come and steal your spot. So I would think like that, and then I just was like, you have to just be you. What's the best you can do? And think like there's so much everybody can eat. There's enough for everybody to go around.
Yeah,
like
there's 7 billion people on this earth.
yeah,
There's a market for anything.
for real. So it's like I feel I definitely want people to understand that it's everything is smoke and mirrors. Everything is, not what it seems. There's people that you think are these amazing, which they probably are, or these people who are rich and have money, all these things. They might, but they also have a lot of struggles and nobody is perfect.
Yeah.
And it's like, it makes me so sad. Like when I see people like on their Instagram, like, I'm taking a break. This social media is killing me. I'm like, dang, you're deep in it. Like, it's really not
No,
that
for real.
serious.
Like, it's never been that serious.
Yeah. But I've been there. I've been there where I've had to like log out of my social media just to like take a break because I just got so lost in the sauce. And it's just like your eyes literally go cross-eyed and you're sad and you're in bed and you're like, I'm not doing enough, or I don't have enough money, or when's my turn and stuff like that. And it's just like you can't think like that because you'll never get anything done.
That is so true. And I went for like an entire year thinking like, when's my turn? And I'm
Yeah.
just like, ugh, that's so woe
It
is
was
me.
yesterday, but
Like,
she was sad.
yeah, like grow up. Like
Yeah.
everybody is gonna have their turn in life now. It might not present itself the way that you expected it to.
Yeah.
But I mean, at the end of the day, God has to say so when all that is gonna happen. Just keep being obedient, keep
The
doing you.
Amen. The one thing my parents tell me, like to encourage me, is that my dad didn't go back to school till he was 38 to become a doctor.
Wow.
So it's like my mom's like, you had time. Like my dad didn't even know what he was doing. He was a limo driver for the Rockefellers. He was a toy store manager. He was a janitor. He was all these things. But
Wow.
at 38 with 7 kids, he decided to like, let me go back to school. And it was hard. And I don't think he got his degree till he was like maybe 50.
Yeah.
So it was like, Vera Wang started her collection when she was 56.
Mm-hmm.
Karl Lagerfeld, he started doing his when he was, I think, 60. So it's just like
And Viola Davis didn't make it as an actor until
she
like,
was older too.
yeah,
I don't know how old, but older. So it's like I feel like especially now in our age. Well, how old are you again? Can you say?
I'm young.
You're younger. I'm gonna be 34 this year. So I feel like a lot of people my age see like younger people who are in their 20s who have podcasts like this. This is a setup, babe. Y'all should see. She got a setup here. But when I was 20, I wasn't thinking about this. It was a different time. I wasn't thinking about getting a house. I wasn't thinking about a mortgage. I wasn't thinking about owning a business. It was a
Yeah.
different time. We thought about college. You thought about
Yeah.
having a career. So a lot of people our age, it's like, I'm behind because this 25-year-old has a house, a Lamborghini, and travels every couple months to a
Yeah.
different country.
And
And
doesn't
then you
have a 9 to
see
5.
and doesn't have a 9 to 5 or does have a 9 to 5 and they're still doing that. Or you see people who are older than us and they are retired and settled down and have kids and family. And it's this
You're trying
middle,
to figure
yeah,
out which
it's
lane you want to take.
this 30-year-old type of vibe in this world today is just kind of like it's a little discouraging, but it's just hearing those stories where you hear people who've made it when they were older. It makes you feel like I'm at a good spot.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
like you said, the time periods were different, and
Yeah.
like my household, because my parents are older,
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of like raised to have the same mindset. I wasn't taught to like own a business or anything like
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
which
yeah.
it's no fault to them. Like that's not what they were taught.
Yeah.
They were very big on me being a career driven woman, going to college, making good grades and things like that. And so that's what I did. I always wanted to do music. Like I auditioned for Disney Channel at a young age and I got the part, but my mom didn't want me to be
Okay.
a child star. So here
That
I
was a
am.
Disney Channel thing.
Do 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 do. But yeah, so here I am with a podcast instead. Didn't get to meet Raven, but whatever. But yeah, they raised me to be a career driven woman and it's
Yeah.
been hard to like reframe my mindset
Mm-hmm.
as I'm like getting older because like you said, I see people that are 21, 22 that are my age, younger,
Right.
that are like
I'm a nurse. I'm like,
yeah.
baby, didn't you just graduate high school? Okay, girl, go ahead.
You do it, girl.
Right.
And for me, like being a person, like I struggle a lot. Like when I forget to like make post or if I like have a slower season than I normally do, like if I feel like I'm not achieving at the rate that I would have wanted,
Yeah.
I often like feel worthless. But this is something that I've been working on in therapy because I'm a person that like thrives off of accomplishments. Like I'm very tied to what I've achieved.
Yeah.
And I graduated college early. I had good grades in school, top 10%, all of that, which is great. But in the real world, it's like, okay, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Not a lot.
yeah, it doesn't mean
No,
anything.
no, it does mean a lot, but
It doesn't.
like when I was in school, I was working with other, even at Neiman's. But at school I was working at Forever 21. This was back in the day when it was cool, guys. Relax. Yeah. So I was working at Forever 21 as a visual merchandiser, but all my colleagues were also visual merchandisers, but they all had degrees, and I didn't. And I'm like, why am I going to school? Like,
yeah, exactly.
what is the point, like, of going to school y'all all have the same degree and we at the same level.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I went to Neiman Marcus, I worked on the e-com side, on the corporate side. And one day our boss, I don't know if she was like trying to embarrass me, but she was like, hey, how about we all go around the table and tell each other how we got here, like our stories and our backgrounds. And everybody's like, I graduated from USC with a marketing, fashion, and merchandise. And I worked in Europe and I worked with Jill Sanders. And I just got there. I'm like, I got kicked out of fashion school.
Okay, but
but at the same time, we still here.
Though.
That's what I'm saying.
Vogue.
Like, so and none of them have been in Vogue.
Exactly.
So it's just kind of like
really winning here.
I don't both. I feel like it's great to have an education, but you miss that hands-on. But a lot of like my background is a little different than most because I never had a mentor. Anytime I asked to get a mentor, they told me no.
You're probably jealous of you.
I applied to so many and they were like, no. So I had to figure out how to do it on my own. I had to do YouTube University. Then I was like, well, maybe I should go to fashion school. That was not an option. $10,000 up front.
It's very expensive.
Let me try to figure this out on my own. So I just had to hustle and get it and figure it out on my own. And that's a hard route to go. So it just depends. Like if you have the heart to do it and the patience, then yeah. But if you don't, go to school. Try your best to go to school.
That was why I just went to school.
Yeah.
Like I knew that I wanted to be an artist, but I wasn't sure if I had the grit in order to do it. I mean, I ended up coming to like after like my last semester of college is when I started doing music because I was just like, okay, like I've gotten the hard stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
I'm about to graduate. Now I can actually take the time to focus on this. But I think my biggest fear, and this might be crazy, might be classist, I don't care. But my biggest fear was like being broke.
Yeah.
And like,
but did you go broke?
No.
Okay, that's good.
But going to college like was just the cushion I needed because it guarantees you the same salary anytime that you switch a job. You're either going to be getting paid the same or you're going to get
more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's why I just like went to college.
Yeah.
I mean, I had a passion for what I
graduated in, which was what?
Speech and language pathology.
Cool.
I worked as a speech therapist in home health care for like a year and a half. Yeah. And now I work in tech as an account executive, a sales rep. I'm a glorified liar.
Okay, bet. Like most of the time when people tell me their jobs, I'm so deep in fashion, I have no idea what you're talking about. But that sounds really good.
I mean, it's cool. It's definitely a boys' club.
Okay.
But
okay.
Lucky for me, I kind of fit in. I like it there.
Good.
So
yeah.
But it's been great having you on the show.
I've had a great time.
I definitely feel like we should
a good
do this
catch
again.
up. Yeah.
It felt like a little girls' night. All we're missing is like a charcuterie.
You messed up.
Next time, I got you. Well, tell everybody where to follow you.
You can follow me. Which one? Which one do it? This one? Okay. You can follow me on Instagram at stylistunknown _ or just type in Amanda Taymour and it should pop up. Taymor. Yeah. I'm really only on Instagram and TikTok.
We got to get you popping on TikTok.
I know. I don't really post, but I will be posting more.
Yeah.
I need to. I finally found my tripod.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're back.
I'm excited for the content that you put out.
Yeah.
And we're so glad that you came on the show.
I'm so glad that you invited me. So yeah.
Absolutely.
Y'all need to follow this podcast.
Yes, please follow Absolutely Not.
Don't be one of those people that's like, oh, I know her when she blows up. Like,
unfortunately, there might be a few.
Yeah.
They're going to be like, I hate her from TikTok.
But they're still going to watch.
I feel like I've created we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Be sure to tune in every week for new episodes.